Hope someone's there already. Might just get started. Namaste, everybody. Good morning. Welcome along to this morning's meditation class. I'm Jesse, and I'm going to be taking you through a bit more of an energizing style of breath work. So we're going to really have to be very mindful of our breath and really use our intention with our breathing when it comes to our body. And then, of course, as we always do, we'll finish off with some mantra meditation. But first, before we start getting into that, let's just try and get comfortable in the position we're in. If you're sitting up in a chair like me, if you're able to lean back and just sort of relax into the seat, do so. You may like to roll your shoulders a few times, not too fast, quite controlled, actually. Loosen this up. You may like to rotate your wrists and your ankles, just waking up those extremities. It's not quite as cold as it has been over the past week or so, but still be conscious of how warm you are. Otherwise, it's very easy to get distracted by, the environment, things we can see around us, and, ooh, it's cold, and, it makes it harder for the mind to focus. Depending on how awake you're feeling, you may like to close your eyes just gently. If you feel that by doing this you're going to doze off, then just a gentle gaze. Find somewhere close by which you can just focus on. Just use that as the focal point for your eyes only, as long as you're still able to focus your mind on whatever you're doing. So as we usually begin, we're going to focus the attention of our mind on our breathing. If you're able to breathe in and out the nose, then do so. If you have to breathe through the mouth, then that's okay. Really draw your attention to the sensations that the breath is causing. The inward breath, nice and cooling. Outward breath, a bit more warming, a bit more relaxing. With every outward breath, the body feels a little more at ease. Just trying to bring ourselves to a state of calm and comfort. Now, first things first is we're going to try and incorporate a much deeper breath. And the way we're going to do this is by using our stomach as the facilitator of our breath. And so the way we're going to do this is we're just going to put our hands on our stomach, just around where our belly button sits. And as we take our inhalation, we're going to gently push the stomach out into our hands. Now, our hands aren't pushing into the stomach, or they're not hovering above the stomach. They're just resting, just acting as a reference to the movement of our breath. So again, breathing in nice and slow, but really deep in the breath. Stomach pushes out, and as you breathe out through the nose, if you can, just draw the belly button back toward the spine. By doing this, you're going to help eliminate as much stagnant air as possible. Whenever we feel stressed, or whenever we start to feel that anxiety creeping up upon us, or worry, it's very natural for us to subconsciously start breathing quite shallow. So through meditation, we can hopefully not only carve time out of our days to take forward practices which help us, but mindfulness is something we should be trying to at least engage in through as much of the day as possible. So once we recognize that anxious thoughts, that feeling of, you know, the body's locking up and your breathing becomes less, you just take a step back, engage in this mindful breathing exercise using the abdominal. Wherever you can draw breath, you can engage in this exercise. Not only will this help calm the nervous system, it's been scientifically proven that engaging in that increasing oxygenation in the body can help activate that parasympathetic nervous system, that system that unwinds the body, that tells the body everything's okay on a neural level at least. And when we focus our mind on an activity which is giving us benefit, it makes it much harder for the mind to focus on things that worry us. And it can be as simple as taking a step back, focusing the mind on your breath, using your abdominals, and taking between 5 to 10 breaths. After that many breaths, you'll start to notice very quickly the effect on the body and on our thoughts. You may put your hands wherever is most comfortable. If you're sitting in a chair, you can have them just in the lap. If you're also lying down, you can just have your arms out to the side, wherever is most comfortable for you. We're going to engage in some yoga nidra, but we're going to switch the intention from calming the different parts of the body to energizing those different parts. And we're going to just focus on specific parts of the body. The joints is mainly what we're going to focus on. The way this is going to work is when you take your inhalation, you will focus it to a part of the body. I'll guide you through it. And you focus this to a particular part of the body. And you imagine that body filling up with you're energizing that part of the body. As you're breathing in, it's energizing, energizing, energizing. Nice, long, slow, prolonged inward breath. And then as you breathe out, it takes away any tension, any tightness, any tension, any pain that you may be feeling. When you draw in that invigorating energy, it can create this oversensitivity to that particular part of the body. So we use the outward breath to calm. So inward breath is energizing, filling that part of the body with energizing energy, invigoration, and the outward breath is meant to just settle it down, taking out all the bad stuff. So hopefully that is a simple enough explanation. So with our first inward breath, we're going to breathe in nice and slow, and we're going to send that breath down to our ankles. We're going to start at the bottom part of the body and work our way up. So that inward breath focusing to the ankles. Ankles are becoming more aware and more excited. As we breathe out, settles that energy down. Take a couple of breaths if you need to. We're going to move up to our knees, our inward breath, focusing our inward breath to the knees. Our knees start to build up energy. As we breathe out, settles it down just a little. If you need to take more than one breath, feel free to do so. Sometimes it takes a couple of practice breaths to really zone in on that focus, to really focus that breath properly. So there's no rush. We're going to move up to the hips now, the entire hip complex. So where our thighs meet our hips, the front of the hips, the back of the hips, where our glutes meet the chair or the bed or the pillow. Filling up the entire hip complex with that inward breath, nice and slow and purposeful breath. Filling up the hips, and as we breathe out, taking away all the tension and all the anxious energy that's sitting within the hips. That exciting energy can be likened to you're anticipating something exciting. Something exciting is about to happen. And it's that ever so slight nervous but excited. You're glad something's about to happen. Something that you've been looking forward to. So with our inward breath, we're looking forward to putting our body in a better state of wellness. Our outward breath just grounds us just that little bit. So with our next inward breath, we're going to draw it to the very bottom of our spine. But as we continue the inward breath, that energy draws up our spine, coming all the way to the back of our head. And as we breathe out, the spine settles from the top all the way to the bottom. Now this one may take a few breaths, but that's okay. The spine is the central nervous system, the central nervous center of the body essentially. So if we can really focus our breath to enliven our spine, then it will have a roll-on effect to various parts of the body. So this one is where we really need to keep that focus, that intention. With our next inhalation, we're going to draw our breath into both wrists. Exciting energy moving down through the arms, ending into the wrists. Taking away any pain or tension or tightness on our outward breath. Moving the inward breath now into the elbows, both elbows. And moving up even further, we're going to focus our inward breath to our shoulder joint, where our arm meets our torso. That feeling of excitation building in the shoulders. And the outward breath settles our shoulders down. And to end, we're going to focus on our different facial features. But instead of exciting the face, because the rest of our body should be feeling a bit more energized now, we're going to focus on just relaxing the different parts of the face. So So relaxing our jaw, our lips, our chins, even our nose, our cheeks, our eyes, eyebrows, our forehead and temples, our ears, all relaxing. So just going through the body now, feeling the difference between when we first started compared to what we're feeling now. On a neurological level, our body is feeling a bit more aware, a bit more energized and ready for the day. That intention of being excited to move through our day, really feeling our physical body. So we're just going to do a bit more gentle movement before we finish. Rotating the wrists and the ankles. Keep that purposeful breath present. You may like to rub your palms together, generate a little bit of heat. And put it over your eyes. You may open your eyes if you haven't already. Just be getting used to the environment around you now, the light difference. Rolling your shoulders just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to move into some mantra meditation now. And we're going to firstly do some Gauranga breathing. And Gauranga breathing is just, essentially we're going to add a sound vibration to our outward breath. And it's going to be in the form of the mantra Gauranga. But the mantra will be broken down into 4 syllables. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. If the mantra is in the description if you need a visual reference for it. So Gaur-ra-ang-ga. And the way this is going to work is we take that nice slow deep breath in, and in our minds we say Gaur-ra-ang-ga. And as we breathe out, we externalize the sound Gaur-ra-ang-ga. But I'm going to play to a melody, so there will be a bit of rhythm and there will be a bit of a melody. But I'll go through the first Gauranga breath just to demonstrate what it's going to sound like and look like. And then I'll prompt everybody when to take a deep breath in and when to breathe out with me. Take a deep breath in and externalize the sound with me. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Alright, take a deep breath in and out. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Take a deep breath in and out. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Alright, deep breath in and out. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. I'm going to take 3 more of these breaths. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. This is the last one. Really immerse your mind in the sound. Gauranga. Gaur-ra-ang-ga. This time, just say the mantra in your mind only. And if anyone is out there who've never done kirtan before, it's a call and response style of meditation. So I'll chant a mantra, in a particular mantra to a particular melody, and then everyone at home will respond. Same mantra, same melody. And the mantra I'm going to use is very similar. It's Gauranga. But we're going to go through the mantra Gauranga 3 times. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Okay? But to a melody, obviously. So I'll prompt everybody when it's their turn to respond. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Your turn. Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. All right, my turn. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Your turn. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga Haribol. Let's sing it together. Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga I hope everybody's feeling much better about moving to their day now. I know I am. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, has a productive rest of the week, and really try and take some time out to engage in these types of practices. I love teaching it, and I hope you all love receiving it and engaging in it yourselves. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste.